Dumb football questions here. We stockpile these throughout the off season too. So keep sending in the YouTube comment section. No question is too dumb for dumb football questions here. Let's start with this one. Rob Canisto, 8635. And he says, so what is the head football coach doing at any given time during the game? Who's in his headset? You always see him talking to people in the headset, right? Is he then matriculating information and setting directives to coordinators, position coaches? How much does he interact with players or give instant feedback? What is the head coach doing for 3 hours?
Everything. Everything is the right answer, right? Everyone has connection to his headset. He's got multiple buttons on that little box that he carries the headset. One's to the OC, one's to the DC, one's to the special teams coordinator. Like, anyone can be clicked into that box. But he also has upstairs where, hey, throw the challenge flag. Don't throw the challenge flag. He is truly juggling everything because he's the only one that can throw that little red flag. The interaction with the players piece, very different coach to coach, right? Is he truly only a D coordinator guy where he's only going to talk to the defense and then cuss out the offense? Is he truly an offensive guy, right, where he doesn't even speak to the defense during the games? It really depends on where they hang their hat on their football acumen for how much player interaction's going on. But so much of it is game time management, clock management, decisions for, hey, are we going for it on fourth or are we not going for it on fourth? Field goal, punt, like all that stuff. Every major decision that happens throughout the game is filtered through the head ball coach, right? So very rarely are they like drawing up plays and going over adjustments on the sideline because the game is still going on and they still have to be very plugged into what's happening there. So it is truly a mind meld of trying to, hey, we got to throw it to the out route on 3rd and 8 to, oh my gosh, what's going on? Do I need to punt, kick a field goal, whatever's happening? Right? It's just a ton of logistics going on during a game.
One of the things that I always heard was at certain times in the game, they're kind of like in a conference room. So like the offense sits in one set, the defense sits in another, the special teams another. And then if you want to talk to someone privately, it's kind of funny because at times they'll be like, go to channel 5. Brian, you there? Brian. Hold on. Did you say 5? No, 6. Oh, 6. Brian, you there? Brian, like, dude, it's so funny. But the worst is, at times, there's so many people talking on the headset because you'll just hear the coach like, hold that thought. I need to ask. Hold on. Like, it gets super jumbled. And the worst is when the OC's trying to call a play, but the head coach wants to call the play, and these two are fighting, and we're in the huddle, like, watching the clock tick down. 20, 19, 18. Did he give you the fucking play yet? Nope. Got nothing. All I can do is hear him talking.
And the quarterback's on a different channel, so he doesn't hear like the back and forth between a coordinator.
He hears like the live, so they'll press a button and it automatically gets directed into him. So you'll see him sitting in there like, I got nothing. I don't know. 14, 13. Fuck it, run Peter. 96 Peter. Here we go. Dude, it's the worst. I'm not gonna lie to you. At times in Frisco, we had to take a lot of timeouts because those two were like, got to get the perfect play in, and it was like, it's fucking 2nd and 4. Just call anything, it'll work. What are we worried about? It would drive us nuts, but it is very chaotic on the headsets, and if you talk out of turn, people, I feel like on the other line are like, shut up, because at times our coaches would go to say something, and then they would just stop immediately and be like, my bad, go ahead. It was like, I want to be on that headset.
Have you ever been on the headset for a game?
I've put it on and been like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, so I was in college. I never was in the NFL. In college, I got hurt, and I was like, all right, give me a headset. I want to hear what's going on for the rest of the game. It gave me so much anxiety, right? Because the 40-second clock has started, right? And you've got, okay, what are we doing? You got the run game coordinator, the passing game coordinator, application, like screaming at each other, like, let's do this, let's do that. And then there's one random guy that starts counting down at 20 seconds. He's like 20, 19, 18, 17.
While everyone else is
everyone's counting.
What are we running right now? Like, what are we doing?
Listen, stop, dude. Like, you
let's
just, I wanted
trips
to, like,
right.
16, 14.
Let's go, Chip. Sorry, David.
11, 10. Call timeout. No, just let him go. He's going to get it. 6, 5. Like this dude just like counting in the background. And then it just starts over again at 40 seconds. Like it's 40 seconds, 40 seconds, 40 seconds of these people just losing their
But isn't
mind.
as you're watching a game, this couple of things. It's hilarious as a fan. You sit there and you're like, this head coach is a bozo. Why? It's like he's literally has a fire hose blasting at his head.
Yes.
4 people are
Different
yelling
channels.
at him. Yes.
And you can see why being like a rookie head coach, having to control all of that
It's
for
a
the
lot.
first time is wild.
Yeah.
But the first thing you see early in, okay, here's a 1st and 10. We run the ball 4 yards or whatever, and now the 40-second play clock starts over. The first thing that has to get decided is the personnel grouping that's going out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we running 3 wide receivers? Is it 2 tight ends? What is it? Does the play have? You have to know what the play is going to be before, or do you just throw a personnel grouping out there and then figure out like
No,
how does that timing work?
They're pretty well endowed. Like they know the situation, so they're prepared. Like, hey, it's 1st and 10. If we can get 5 here, we're gonna send in 21. If we don't, we're gonna keep 11 in. Like they know going into it what the situation is. If you ever look at those play sheets, they're numbered like 1st and 10, 1st and 15. Like these are, and they'll go to that section. Okay, what do we get? We got 5. All right, 2nd and 5. Hey, let's go 21 personnel. Let's go Jack Wright, Queen, 96 wham on one-on-one. Here we go. And then all of a sudden they just push it in there. But all of a sudden the problem becomes when you get into like these 3rd and 3s or a 3rd and 2 and you got one guy that's like, hey, let's go double slant follow. And all of a sudden someone's like, fuck that. We're running ride. What are you talking about? Old line's going to get it. All of a sudden the head man's like, shit, what are we doing? You know what? I like timeout. Like, dude, there's so many people going back and forth at you.
Or you
like,
get
we
the
need
off
to do this.
schedule, like you're on schedule, and all of a sudden you get the sack, and now instead of being 3rd and 4, you're like call a run play, and you're like, okay, minimum here it's gonna be 3rd and 4. Huge negative play, and now it's 3rd and 11. And you're like, okay,
Flip the
back.
script. Here we
Flip
go.
it over. Right?
3rd and long. All right, hey, give me 11 personnel. Give me nickel. Like, dude, you're just it's. But the key is, I feel like these coaches do such a great job of just letting stuff go. Right, like bad play, they're like, we'll talk about it later. Here we go. Let's go to 10 personnel. We're really fucked. Yep, go 10. Go 10. We're gonna call this ace personnel.
I can remember coaches too. Like we'd be trying to make adjustments on the sideline, and they just randomly like go fuck and just rip their helmet, like their headset off.
They couldn't take it.
What? They're like these freaking idiots, man. Like they're just yapping in my ear. And then you hear like a coach from they're like, Tony, put your headset on. Like they like screamed out because he's like writing on the board. It's like, give me a minute. Like it's just chaos.
Dude, the best is when they're like, yeah, okay, hold on 1 second. Guys,
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold
on. Hey, listen, coach wants me to say, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to tell him. You're like, what is going on in that headset?
It's always funny too when coaches like they're mad at the end of a game and they try to slam the headset, but the cord is still attached, like
connected to their back of their neck, and it just pulls them down. That's the best, dude.
Somebody unplug me. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Vikings fan 1968 says, Jeremiah, I love your helmet collection in the background.
Thank you.
Are those the actual helmets you wore on those teams? Mm-hmm. Did the teams give them to you, shove them into a bag, sneak them out? Do you have to pay for them? Like, do you just get helmets and uniforms from teams you play for? How does that work?
First of all, nothing's free in the NFL.
Nothing's free.
Nothing. Yes, those are all the helmets that I wore. I have all of my Vikings ones, so I had 3 different Vikings ones. That's my only Chargers one. I did steal the Panthers one because I got that. I don't actually know if that's mine or not, but when I got cut from Carolina, I was super pissed off, and so I just threw it in my bag as I was leaving the facility. So that one's probably missing.
Do you get like monthly voice? It's like when you steal
missing
the
from the
Xfinity box
itemized
or something.
Yeah, missing from the itemized receipt from that preseason is one Carolina Panthers helmet. I have not gotten the one I don't have is my Bills helmet. And I can't get it. And that was my custom one. Like they did the scan of my head. Like it had the
it's gone, dude.
Like it had the signature in it. And I was like, what were you gonna do with this? Like this was my helmet. So no, but you pay for them all at the end of the year, and then you're allowed. I think you get the opportunity to buy jerseys at the end of the year. Right. And hey, do you want these? I know you sweat and you tried to dye in these jerseys multiple times. Would you like to pay $250 for them?
Yes, I would.
Yes, I would. Thank you.
Well,
okay, we'll take it out of your check, Mr. Sirles. Right. So all those jerseys are, nothing is given to you in the NFL as thanks for everything.
Question. Isn't there supposed to be like a Kansas City something hanging up?
Yeah, it's coming. I had my
That's a
haircut.
fine.
I had
Take
my
him
haircut
for
on
late.
Saturday. No, I'm not buying it. I told him straight up. I go, you want it? You can buy it. I'll hang
Listen,
it.
I'm waiting to see a
paying
Chiefs
for it.
flag, and until I see it,
It's
you're gonna
gonna
get
be.
dinged
I
every
think
time.
I'm gonna have to put it over there. I don't know what I'm gonna do, dude. It's
I think
not,
right
it's
up.
gonna
No, there's a little
suck.
spot kind of
It
where your
has to
hand
be
is
in the
right
screen.
Is
It
that a
has to be in
game
the
ball?
screen.
Is that a game ball with your name on it?
Which one? Over here?
now. Other way. Other way.
Yeah, you remember
What about
this game?
you
You
got a
remember?
few
You remember
different
this
game
game,
balls.
right, Booney? Chargers, the largest comeback in Chargers history. I think you remember
Bingham.
that game, right?
Right now.
2014, Levi Stadium.
Tore my ACL. Dwight
We were
Freeney
up.
did it.
You guys were up what, 28-3 at halftime?
Yeah.
Something like
We were-
that.
we
Yeah,
were
I remember that game. Yeah, that was my
devastating
first
loss.
NFL game. That was the first game I ever played in.
Wait, you were the offensive MVP
Yeah.
in the first game you ever played in.
I came in at halftime. And blacked out and played arguably one of the best games of my career. And I got a game ball.
Self-suck.
Wow, dude.
Hey.
That's worth the
That's worth the
self-suck,
self-suck. I'll wear that.
There's some that you have to wear, dude. Absolutely.
Undrafted
People-
free agent rookie coming in, my first half of football ever in the NFL. I get a game ball. You fucking kidding me? Yeah, I'll take that.
all downhill from there.
I'll
Just
take
all downhill.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great the next week, but we made it work.
Just smoked the next week.
Smoke.
Let's do one more here. Another Vikings fan anonymous
Oh boy.
says, "What can you actually do / participate in around the facility if you're on injured reserve?"
You
I
can do
mean,
whatever you want.
Yeah. It depends.
You can't practice.
It depends who you are, right? If you're a guy that if they tried to get on an injury settlement and they tried to get you out of there, like because they didn't really want you around, eating up everyone's time, you're treated like a leper, right? Like your treatment time is 5 a.m. like Monday through Friday, and you're with the intern, but if you're a highly paid vet guy, you're in the meeting rooms, you're walking around on game day, you're there. Like it's very different on the tiers of where you're at with the team and where they put you on IR or not.
IR is such a weird place too.
It's purgatory.
Yeah,
like it's purgatory, dude.
You see guys on IR
do you
and you're
eat
like-
alone in the cafeteria? Or do you
Yeah,
guys?
no, but like
because your treatment times are usually during practice.
they don't really come around us, but when they do, you're quick to be like, "Oh, I forgot he's on IR." B, what's up, man? How you been? Miserable. They
Yeah.
got me coming in at 5. They tell me to leave at 7. Like, man, that's why I haven't seen you. What you been up to? Chilling.
eating his chicken
Nothing.
nuggets alone. And
Oh yeah, they're just
They
super
make
upset.
me eat while you're at practice.
Nothing is worse than if you're hurt and you see other guys who aren't hurt, because even though this is never true, like you feel like they look at you like you're a pussy. You're like, they're looking at you like, what's wrong with you? The rest of us are tough. What's wrong with you? You're like, I tore my ACL.
Snap my leg.
Yeah. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. And they look at you like, pussy. Like I could have handled that injury. And then the worst is when you see somebody on, like, you don't want to make them feel like a leper, so you're always kind of trying to be like, dude, how you been, man? What's the word? And they're like, just miserable, man. You're like, sorry, bud. Like, you got to do what you got to do. There are times that they're around us, but Jay's right. Like, if you're not one of the guys on the team, like if you weren't a starter before, then they're mostly like, hey, man, you can get some treatment and roll up out of here, because you're probably going to be more of a distraction to anyone than anything. And this is really serious time right now. Like, dude, I remember we put Khalil on IR. I don't know that I saw him the rest of the year. Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we didn't see him at all. Well, also, you know who else we put on IR was, remember this one?
Yeah, Andre Smith.
I'm running down the field, and all of a sudden I see,
He's
I'm
like
what's-
tricep.
What's he doing? He's taking a knee. I'm like, what's he doing? Need a breath? Need a breath, buddy? He's like, sorry, boys. That's a wrap for the year. I was like, whoa,
Tore his tricep or something.
What do you mean?
Andre
Yeah.
Smith in 2016 tore his tricep, like place 6.
Never saw him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's guys, man. They're just like, get your
Well, there's
treatment.
also guys because you can get if you're a free agent the next year, like if you're on the last year of your deal, a lot of guys will go get surgery off-site and do rehab off-site.
Yeah. Just
Right?
get ready
a lot
for
of
next
us be
year.
like, all right, I'm just going to free agency next year. I'm probably not going to be here. I'm going to move. I don't want to spend my fall in Minnesota, right? I'm going to go to LA, Texas, Florida, do a surgery, find a rehab spot down there, and get ready to roll for next year. And you never see those guys again.
That's
Dude,
crazy.
IR is such a weird place, man. It's such a weird place.